Go to your knees. Put your hands behind your back. Stay there. Stay there. Don't move.
So, the footage finally leaked. And when I say leaked, I mean dropped on the internet like a grenade with no pin. The alleged female killer in Foolio's case, along with Isaiah Chance, just got exposed behind bars, and it's uglier than anyone expected. We're talking about raw jailhouse clips, interrogation snippets, and whispers that have fans screaming. This ain't a trial anymore. It's a Netflix series gone wrong. You think you've seen scandals? Nah, this one's got it all. Betrayal, jealousy, murder, and a plot twist so wild it makes power look like Sesame Street. Foolio's alleged assassins aren't just trending, they've become walking hashtags, with social media treating real-life crime like entertainment. The internet's on fire, TikTok detectives are zooming in on tattoos, Reddit's running side-by-side comparisons, and Twitter's already calling this the biggest hip-hop setup since Tupac. Every frame of that leaked footage tells a different story, one of revenge, clout, and pure chaos. And here's the kicker. The deeper you dig, the more it looks like Foolio's death wasn't just random, it was scripted, planned, and broadcasted for clicks. This isn't news anymore. It's a full-blown digital thriller. Stay locked in, because the real story behind those bars just started unraveling. It started like every other rumor in the rap world. A few cryptic posts, a couple of screenshots, and whispers too wild to believe. But then the footage dropped. The kind of footage that doesn't just leak, it erupts. Clips from inside the Hillsborough County Jail started circulating, showing Foolio's alleged female killer, Alicia Andrews, alongside Isaiah Chance, both locked up and looking nothing like the headlines once described them. The internet lost its mind. At first, people thought it was fake. A deep fake, one comment said. A setup, said another. But then verified reporters confirmed it. The clips were real. You could see the jail uniforms, the booking numbers, even the smirks that screamed defiance instead of regret. The energy was eerie, like watching villains who'd just realized they'd gone viral. The backstory made it even darker. Foolio, real name Julio Foolio, wasn't just another rapper from Jacksonville. He was one of the most polarizing voices in Florida drill, known for his raw lyrics and reckless honesty. His songs weren't just music, they were street documentaries soaked in trauma. And on June 23rd, 2024, his story came to a brutal end. Gunned down outside a Tampa hotel on his 26th birthday. A celebration turned execution. The suspects, Alicia Andrews and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance. Two names that sound like extras from a TV crime drama, but whose reality just got exposed in 4K. According to investigators, the couple helped coordinate Foolio's location, allegedly setting him up after he posted his whereabouts online. Within hours, shots rang out. Foolio's life was over, and the internet turned into an open courtroom circus. Now, the leaked footage shows the aftermath. Andrews pacing a holding cell, Chance slumped in a corner, both acting way too casual for people accused of orchestrating a hit. You can almost feel the arrogance dripping off the screen. In one clip, Andrews reportedly tells another inmate, "They just mad, 'cause I ain't scared." The line hit like a punchline, and social media replayed it 1,000,000 times. Memes were made within minutes. Twitter lit up like wildfire. One tweet said, "She's talking like she got signed to Murder Inc." Another, "She really thinks she's in an episode of BMF." Hashtags exploded. Foolio Justice. I'm from Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and the most trending one of all, Behind Bars TV. Because that's what this had become. Not justice, not tragedy, but entertainment. Meanwhile, Foolio's fans were furious. "He ain't even cold yet, and they turning his death into content," one post read. Another said, "She's smiling on camera like she just won an award." And honestly, that's exactly what it looked like. The accused basking in the attention, while the victim's legacy burned in hashtags. The story behind Andrews and Chance only made things stranger. Sources said Alicia wasn't just a random girlfriend caught in the mix. She allegedly knew people in Foolio's circle, maybe even part of his social orbit before everything went left. Isaiah, on the other hand, was the muscle. Quiet, calculating, always in the background but never far from the chaos. Together, they became the Bonnie and Clyde of the new digital era. Except without the loyalty, without the romance, and definitely without the brains. Then came the receipts. Screenshots of cash transfers, car rentals, and suspicious messages between the two surfaced online. Detectives reportedly traced their movements through surveillance. Security cameras from multiple hotels showing them shadowing Foolio's location hours before the shooting. When the news broke, fans went into full detective mode, dissecting timestamps and zooming into frames like they were CSI interns on caffeine. But the leak didn't stop there. Someone, whether from inside the jail or deep in the court system, released clips of the two suspects during their booking process. One video shows Isaiah giving a dead-eyed stare at the camera, while Alicia flips her hair like she's posing for a mugshot calendar. "She's smiling like it's prom," a fan commented. "That ain't confidence. That's pure evil," said another. The video gained millions of views in less than an hour, and with that, the conspiracy floodgates opened. Some fans claimed there was more to the story, that Foolio was targeted for deeper reasons than jealousy or money. Rumors swirled that Isaiah had ties to rival groups in Jacksonville, and that Alicia's involvement wasn't just romantic, it was strategic. People said she was the bait, the one who got close to Foolio so the setup could happen smoothly. Whether that's true or not, the leaked footage gave the internet enough fuel to run theories for weeks. As the story snowballed, the reactions turned wild. YouTubers made 10-minute breakdowns titled "The Smile That Solved the Foolio Case." TikTok detectives compared Alicia's voice to a phone call recording allegedly taken hours before the hit. Twitter threads broke down her facial expressions like FBI analysts. "She ain't scared," one viral tweet said. "She's proud." But underneath the chaos, something sinister was happening. The line between tragedy and entertainment completely disappeared. Foolio's death, a real-life loss, became social media's newest binge series. His family's pain turned into thumbnails, his killers turned into clickbait, and the footage itself became viral currency. Andrews and Chance, once anonymous faces in a case file, were now public figures, involuntary celebrities of the underworld. Jailhouse videos, mugshots, and leaked interrogations became shareable content. The more unapologetic they looked, the more the internet obsessed. Then came the turning point. Footage of Alicia allegedly laughing during a court appearance. She smirked, rolled her eyes, and whispered something to Isaiah that made him grin. The judge called for order, but it was too late. The clip went viral before she even sat down. One TikTok comment summed it up perfectly. "We're watching the downfall of humanity in HD." And yet, people couldn't look away. Everyone wanted to see what happened next. Would Alicia finally crack? Would Isaiah confess? Would someone else's name get dragged in? Every new post, every update, every grainy second of footage became part of a bigger narrative. A toxic symphony of curiosity, tragedy, and spectacle. Foolio's name trended again. But this time, it wasn't for his music. It was for the footage, the suspects, the circus. Fans felt robbed twice, first of their artist, then of his dignity. But behind the chaos, a darker truth lingered. In an age where every camera records and every clip spreads, crime isn't just committed, it's curated. These leaks didn't just show suspects in custody. They showed how fame, violence, and clout now dance in the same rhythm. The world wasn't watching for justice anymore. It was watching for drama, and the next round of footage, it would make everything even worse. The morning after the footage dropped, social media was a battlefield. Every timeline, every group chat, every comment section looked like a digital war zone. People weren't just watching this case unfold, they were living it, arguing over it, and remixing it into memes faster than the news could even catch up. TikTok detectives were in full swing, pausing frames, zooming into reflections, and slowing down the jail clips like they were directing a documentary. "Look at her body language," one user said. "You can see she's not remorseful." Another replied, "She's smiling like she just signed a record deal." Videos hit millions of views within hours, turning Alicia and Isaiah into household names for all the wrong reasons. But this wasn't just social media chaos, it was organized pandemonium. News outlets jumped on it. YouTubers made exclusive exposés, and podcasters hosted 2-hour specials dissecting the leaked footage like it was a movie script. Titles like "Inside the Mind of Foolio's Killer" and "The Jailhouse Footage That Broke the Internet" racked up views in the millions. The public didn't just want justice, they wanted spectacle. Meanwhile, Alicia's attitude in jail became the biggest talking point. Fans swore she looked too comfortable, sitting cross-legged in her orange jumpsuit, grinning at guards, acting like she was untouchable. A few insiders even claimed she was talking about turning her story into a docuseries once she got out. The arrogance was unreal. "She's acting like a villain who just won an award," one commenter wrote. "This girl ain't scared of a sentence. She's chasing a sponsorship." Isaiah, on the other hand, looked like a man who'd made peace with chaos. The footage showed him staring into the camera, emotionless, like he was daring the world to judge him. Fans called it the stare that broke the internet. Some even started comparing him to infamous figures like Y&W, Melly or Tay-K, the same kind of calm, before the courtroom storm. Then came the celebrity, reactions, and that's when things really exploded. Boozy jumped on Instagram Live saying, "Man, this generation different. Y'all doing murder cases like they're reality TV." DJ Academics dropped a video titled, "Foolio's Alleged Killers, Laughing in Jail. This is disrespect on a new level." Even 21. Savage liked a tweet that said, "If she's smiling, somebody else leaking next." It became the top headline on Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and every other hip-hop gossip page. Bloggers were treating court evidence like exclusive premieres. Jailhouse clips were being reposted with emojis and reaction captions like, "Ain't no way," and "This whole case is wild." It was chaos wrapped in entertainment, and people couldn't get enough. But buried under the memes and hashtags were real facts. Police reports surfaced, confirming that Alicia and Isaiah were tracked through Foolio's final location posts. They'd reportedly rented a black Chevy Impala just hours before the ambush, and their cell pings lined up with the route Foolio took that night. Everything matched. The timeline was tight, the coordination was eerie, and the motive, though unconfirmed, seemed rooted in jealousy and street politics. The leak of the jail footage only deepened the fascination. Viewers analyzed everything, from their posture to their expressions. Some claimed Isaiah looked nervous when Alicia spoke to guards. Others said she looked too confident for a first-degree charge. Every blink became evidence. Every smirk became motive. Then an old live video resurfaced, Foolio on Instagram, laughing, saying, "If anything happens to me, y'all know who did it." Fans dug it up, clipped it, and stitched it with the jail footage. "He predicted it," one user said. "He literally said it before it happened." That clip alone pulled in millions of views and reignited the outrage. Within 48 hours, conspiracy theories started spiraling. Some people claimed the footage wasn't a leak at all, that someone inside the jail sold it. Others believed it was released intentionally to sway public opinion before trial. And then came the wildest theory of all, that Alicia had friends in law enforcement helping her control the narrative. Nobody had proof, but when the internet smells drama, it doesn't wait for evidence. And yet, through all the noise, Foolio's family stayed silent, their heartbreak overshadowed by the circus. The same platforms that once celebrated his rise were now monetizing his downfall. News channels ran endless replays of his last moments, turning his death into background content. His name was no longer just Julio Foolio, it was an algorithm. Every influencer, podcaster, and gossip channel wanted their piece. Some defended Alicia, saying she was being scapegoated. Others demanded life sentences. Everyone had an opinion, but no one had peace. The case had become too big, too messy, too public to ever go quiet. Then came the courtroom footage. Another leak, of course. This time, it was Alicia and Isaiah walking into a preliminary hearing, handcuffed, heads high, and whispering to each other like they were sharing inside jokes. The audacity was unbelievable. The clip flooded Twitter with captions like, "This ain't remorse, this is reality TV," and "How she's smiling when a man lost his life." Even other rappers began using it as inspiration for bars. One artist rapped, "They smiling in cuffs, posting like they free. Internet-raised killers, not G's." The culture was eating itself alive. What used to be street code was now stream code. And as the footage kept circulating, one thing became painfully clear. We weren't just watching a murder case. We were watching fame mutate into infamy. The suspects weren't hiding from the light. They were feeding off it. Jail wasn't silencing them. It was branding them. Every smirk, every eye roll, every viral clip was another notch on their digital resume. But the people weren't just angry. They were obsessed. Everyone had a theory, a side, a reason to keep refreshing. It was the perfect storm. Violence, beauty, betrayal, and exposure, all wrapped in Wi-Fi. The line between journalism and entertainment blurred into one endless scroll, and while the internet turned the accused into celebrities, the victim's legacy got pushed to the background. The same fans who once shouted Foolio's lyrics were now arguing about the outfit his alleged killers wore to court. It was grotesque, it was surreal, and it was exactly what the modern world thrives on: spectacle over substance. Yet even in the middle of this chaos, something else was brewing. Rumors of more leaks, reports of unreleased interrogation tapes, new evidence, even unseen footage from that fatal night. Everyone knew if another clip surfaced, it would destroy what little dignity this case had left. The question wasn't if it would leak. The question was when. And when it did, the internet wouldn't be ready for what came next. By the time the third wave of footage hit the internet, the case wasn't just a crime story. It had become a full-blown pop culture obsession. The leaked clips showing Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance behind bars were now stitched into edits, slowed down with eerie trap beats, and reposted by influencers who treated tragedy like trending content. Foolio's death wasn't being mourned anymore. It was being monetized. The new leak showed Alicia sitting in a visitation room, talking to someone off camera. Her tone was casual, disturbingly casual, like she was chatting with a friend about brunch, not about a first-degree murder charge. "They acting like I pulled the trigger," she said, rolling her eyes. "I didn't do nothing but be there." That line alone became the quote of the week. TikTok turned it into a sound, and the internet ran wild. "Be there" became a meme for anyone caught in drama. Then came Isaiah's footage. He was in a holding cell, pacing, humming a song that fans instantly recognized. One of Foolio's unreleased tracks. The symbolism hit hard. People didn't know whether to be horrified or impressed by the audacity. "This man humming the victim's lyrics," one user posted. "That's not confidence, that's pure evil." The clip spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views before the jail even confirmed its authenticity. And that's when things spiraled from disturbing to dystopian. Fans started editing the clips into mini-movies. YouTubers dropped crime documentaries using screenshots and commentary, complete with dramatic music and fake narrators. One video titled, "How Alicia Andrews Planned the Foolio Setup, The Untold Truth," got over 1 million views in 24 hours. Everyone was suddenly an investigator, an analyst, a producer in the world's most tragic reality show. But beneath the sensationalism, something much darker was happening. The human side of this story was gone. Foolio's mother released a statement begging people to stop spreading the footage, saying, "Every time I see those videos, I lose him all over again." Her words barely made a dent in the algorithm. The machine had already moved on to the next viral update. Even major outlets joined the frenzy. Headlines got bolder, thumbnails got darker, and every platform pushed the leak like it was entertainment. Inside the mind of Foolio's female killer became a trending topic on YouTube. One cable news show ran a segment calling it the social media trial of the century. Nobody mentioned Foolio's music, his art, or the years of grind that built his name. Only his murder, his killers, and the footage. Meanwhile, Alicia's energy behind bars only got stranger. She started leaning into her newfound infamy, allegedly writing letters to bloggers and even hinting at interviews. She told one reporter, "People talk about me like they know me. I might as well tell my own story." It was chilling. The accused wasn't hiding from the public. She was marketing to it. Isaiah, on the other hand, stayed silent. But his silence spoke louder than her words. His stoic demeanor became internet folklore, fans calling him Cold Chance and using his mugshot as profile pictures. Whole fan pages started popping up dedicated to analyzing his energy. The internet had turned suspects into characters and characters into brands. The rap community's reaction split in two. Some artists demanded justice, urging people to stop sensationalizing a murder. Others quietly rode the wave, dropping songs referencing the case for clout. "Everybody want Foolio's name on their track," one blogger said. "Nobody want Foolio's justice." Even Foolio's rivals, who once dissed him in songs, started showing fake sympathy, knowing it would boost engagement. And that's the curse of modern fame. Everything becomes content. Pain becomes promotion, murder becomes marketing, and guilt becomes a gimmick. Alicia and Isaiah weren't just behind bars, they were trending. Jail turned into a stage. Their mugshots became the new merchandise. When the prosecution confirmed that more evidence was on the way, phone logs, financial records, even witness statements, the internet didn't brace for justice. It braced for views. People started predicting part 4 of the leaks, making countdown posts like it was a movie premiere. Nobody cared about the victim anymore. They cared about the next upload. And then the most chilling moment arrived. A clip from inside the courtroom leaked. Again, it showed Alicia smirking as the prosecution played Foolio's last Instagram live on the screen. The judge asked her to remain silent. She whispered something to Isaiah, who laughed under his breath. The reaction online was instant. "She evil," one person wrote. "She's proud." Others argued she was putting on a show, knowing every move would go viral. Either way, it worked. The footage spread faster than any song Foolio ever released. The entire situation exposed the grotesque truth of the digital age. Tragedy sells. People don't care about closure, they care about content. Leaks like this don't break the internet. They feed it. And every share, every repost, every replay fuels the same machine that disrespects the dead and glorifies the accused. But the story didn't end there. Reports say that more internal footage from the jail might exist. Unseen recordings, phone conversations, and security camera clips still locked away. Some claim these could expose deeper connections, even more suspects. And with every rumor, the internet salivates for the next headline. Foolio's case isn't being handled in the court of law anymore. It's being tried in the court of clicks. As time passed, the line between crime and content blurred completely. Influencers started reviewing the case like a series finale. "She played herself," one said. "He ain't built for jail," another commented. Nobody remembered the humanity behind the story, only the entertainment. And that's the tragedy within the tragedy. Foolio's name should have stood for music, hustle, and legacy. Instead, it became a headline, a trend, a hashtag swallowed by the very culture that once hyped him up. The footage didn't just expose suspects, it exposed us. Because when a man's death becomes a viral saga and his killers become social media stars, it's not just a reflection of the streets, it's a reflection of society. The story of Foolio, Alicia, and Isaiah isn't just about guilt or innocence. It's about how far we've fallen when the worst moments of human life become binge-worthy entertainment. And in this digital age, once it's leaked, it never dies. It just keeps playing, over and over, like a song that refuses to fade. And there it is. The twisted, viral, and jaw-dropping conclusion to a story that proves truth is stranger, darker, and way more entertaining than fiction. Foolio's death should have been a tragedy, but instead, it became content. The alleged killers? Instant celebrities. The footage? Internet gold. The line between justice and clicks? Completely erased. So now I gotta ask you, who's really guilty here? The suspects behind bars, or the world that turned their crimes into a trending saga? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because every opinion is another verse in this digital disaster. And if you made it this far without dropping your phone in disbelief, you're built different. Smash that like button, like the leaks smashed the justice system. Subscribe right now before the next scandal hits, because on The Rap Truth, we don't chase gossip, we expose the chaos. Every leak, every feud, every scandal that the industry once buried, we dig it up, polish it, and blast it straight into your feed with zero filters. Stay locked in, because the next story might be even darker, wilder, and more unbelievable. Until then, remember this. In today's world, fame fades, loyalty's extinct, and clout. That's the new currency of crime. This is The Rap Truth, where reality hits harder than a diss track, and every secret sounds like a beat drop.